What's good, guys? In this video right here, I'm going to talk about entries, right? Because I feel like there's certain ways that price moves, and some people just, um, some people only think about a certain way. You get what I mean? Price can do a lot of things, and you have to react to the way it moves. You're not the one that's going to tell what the market is going to do. You're not going to tell what price is going to do. What you're going to do is see what price is giving you, and then you trade off of that. Like, there's no reason for you to try and predict the market. There's no reason for you to say, oh, I only trade when price does this, because what if price doesn't do that for a long period of time? Are you then not going to trade? I feel like you actually need to understand how price moves, which is pretty simple, but I feel like you also need to be flexible when you're trying to understand what price is doing, especially when price is reversing or yeah, mostly when price is reversing, because when price is just following the trend, you're not gonna see crazy stuff. But when price is reversing, maybe there's news as well, high volume, just knowing how to enter the market is really key, and just understanding what to do in situations like that is pretty key. And I feel like, when you take a loss from maybe those kind of scenarios, high volume reversals and all that, I feel like good traders, what separates good traders from just traders or people that don't know how to trade, is the fact that a simple loss is not gonna shift the way they think. It's not gonna get to them, especially knowing that your system works. So I feel like that's one thing as well. That's why trading also takes time. It's not the technical analysis part. It is actually the experience and knowing what works over a particular amount of time. Let's say about 2 months, over 3 months, not 1 week or 2 weeks. 2 months, understand what actually works for you, and then also getting your emotions under control, understanding understanding yourself, understanding where not to trade and when to trade, understanding the discipline that trading comes with. And yeah, let me just go right into what I'm saying right now. So I'm just open a new chart. It's still on gold, by the way. So yeah, I'm gonna just use, I think I want to use a different yeah, I don't want to use what I was on. This is what I see markets. So I'm gonna just use a different one on gold. Yeah. So while this is, I don't know why it's taking so long, but while this is going on, basically there was NFP today. Today is what, the 9th of January. Today's Friday. So market's gonna close up, and then the weekend, and then we'll be back on Monday. But anyways, there was a reversal in the market, right? Gold was selling on the 1 hour time frame, 30 minutes time frame. It was clear lower highs and lower lows that being made in the market. If you check my previous video, you see the trade that we actually caught the last lower low before price actually made the reversal. So yeah, you can go check that out. So anyways, why is this taking so long? I might just have to use IC markets. Yeah. So anyways, on the 1 hour time frame, what is going on? Okay, so on the 1 hour time frame, right, we had low highs. Yeah. So we had this. Let me just actually clear all of this. Yeah, I'm gonna just draw it again if I have to. So we had, this was the first sign of price being bearish in the market, and we saw price just keep making lower lows in the market. This was the last lower high, and then price made equal highs, also a sign that it might still be bearish, right? And then, well, then this was a lower high, Is there someone? Nah, give me a second. Where was I? Yeah. So I had to go take care of that. My bad. So yeah, as you can see, these are lower highs in the market. Actually, let me just name this real quick. I think yeah, we can name that lower highs. No, top left or middle. Get the number increase. It takes like 16. No, way more than that. Okay. So we can see that this was the last lower high in the market. Some people might want to use this, but it doesn't really look like that because if you go to the 4-hour time frame, this is a lower high, lower low. Then price did this. But for more clarity, these are the last lower highs. Price, this ain't really a lower high. So lower low, I'll just take all of that as price is consolidating, and then price made a higher low. So this is what I'm talking about when I say you use what the market is giving you, because most people say, okay, price is going down, and then you're gonna get this, and then it comes back down, and then it actually, like typical reversal, and then oh, you wait for price to come here, then price would change structure, market structure, all of that stuff. That is true, but that doesn't always happen. As we can see here, price made a higher low first. Price made a higher low first in the market. So without even going to the lower time frame, like what we know is that if price gets here, you can easily just buy. And then you can have your stop loss below here. And then you can aim. This is where we're aiming in the market. If we go to the daily time frame, you understand why. But this is where we're aiming in the market right now. You know what I'm saying? And you could literally just do this. Price will most likely get here. It looks like it might even get here today before market closes. But that is basically what I'm saying. Price gave us this first. Price gave us low high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Then price did this higher low. Then it gave us a higher low again, and then price is still making that higher high. And that's what I'm saying, that when price does this, this is a sign it could buy. And then when price gets above here, because we know levels work like this, right? We know that levels work like this, okay, so if price is selling from here, below that level, price sells. Do you get what I mean? So this is basically what happened in the market, right? Price sold from here to here. Below this level, right? Below this black rectangle, price sells all the way down here. That means above this level, price buys. And it doesn't just mean that a wick, you know what I mean, that you're just going to buy. You're going to buy because you have a higher low, because the lower time frame is also changing structure to the upside. So there's no reason for you to be thinking sells. That was why, yeah, as you can see already in this trade, but that was why you could buy above this, have this here, and then that's your trade right there. I didn't check the lower time frame on this trade. I just went in on the 1 hour time frame. But on the 15-minute though, you probably could have entered, let me see. You probably could have entered right here. So on the 15-minute, right, we know that price buys above this level. And you probably would have gone stopped out because of NFP, because you can see there's NFP today. But we know that price buys above this level. So price made higher low again. Price made a higher high. Price made a higher low, came above this level again. So you can just buy there and then hold your positions. Even though like some people don't like to buy, you probably wouldn't be able to buy, right? Okay, so look at this right here. I'm seeing a lot right now. I'm saying too much right now, but this is NFP. Some brokers won't allow you to place a trade during such high volume times in the market, high volume news in the market. But regardless, this is London session, I think. Oh no, it's not. It's just 3 a.m. Into London session. We can check that right now. You could have probably taken the trade exactly right there. Knowing that it's going to be NFP, you could have bought right here. Knowing that price buy is above there. Excuse me. Stop loss right here. See what I'm saying? You might have gotten stopped out because of the high volume news, and then your TP is this high, also this high. You get what I mean? So that's actually what I'm saying, man. You just have to use what price gives you. You don't have to have a fixed thing of, oh, price does this, then does this. So if price doesn't do that, then you don't take the trade. Like, you're gonna miss out on a lot, because this year I feel like, even last year, like, there was a lot that happened in the market that it really didn't follow the basics. Do you get what I mean? Price just did what it wanted to do sometimes. You know what I mean? So you need to still be able to profit off of that. And being able to profit off that is basically just using your common sense, because price moves higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So knowing when to buy is when you see any of these. Knowing when to buy is when you see a high, excuse me, or you see a high low. That's knowing when to buy. And the same thing with knowing when to sell. When you see a lower high or a lower low, it's not just as simple as that, because you also want to sell where price, you want to sell below where price sells above, if that makes sense. Because if price buys above this level, right, and then price breaks, let's see, price makes a higher low, price makes a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, you want to be selling there. You want to be selling below that level, because price buys above that level, so you want to be selling here. And that's pretty much how trading works. Like, that's literally it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's basically how we caught the trade on gold right here. Yeah, so we bought here, right there, and yeah, we're looking to probably hold all the way to 4,515. So yeah, that'll be the end of this video, and yeah.